All righty, welcome back to another episode of the Meathead Manual. I am one of your hosts, the meatiest meatball in the fucking world, Mr. Adam Garcia. With me, as always, my fucking good buddy, my compadre, my fucking best friend in the fucking world, Mr. Andrew Harris. Say what's up.
Oh, what's up, guys?
So, how we feeling? How we doing?
Not too shabby.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Those some product weights and some liquid death.
Liquid death.
The mountain.
Dude, I fucking love liquid death.
Dude,
That's a good one. Like, and they have this new strawberry one. It's delicious.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll be drinking the shit out of that.
My favorite is outside of this one is the Killer Cola. It's their like version. Yeah, version
Cola's
of it.
good. I actually like the Dr. Death better. The Dr.
Oh yeah.
It tastes a little bit better than the cola one.
You taste the root beer?
I'm kind of.
I feel like it.
I've had a lot of those like fake root beers,
Mm.
and they just don't quite get it right.
Yeah,
And it's tough. It's
Well,
tough to get it right.
yeah. The only root beer I drink is A&W.
Yeah.
The sugar-free A&W root beer is probably one of my favorite like sodas to
Yeah.
drink when you're like on a calorie deficit and you're like, I need it. I just need something sweet for right now.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, because we're gonna kind of get into a little bit of like weight loss, weight management, but also too like cravings and what they mean and how to deal with them, especially when you're trying to stay committed. Before we get into that though, I want to kind of talk about like what's been going on lately with the powerlifting community. And honestly, like I'm actually like I'm really, it's so strange because the powerlifting community is so what's the word? It's so disjointed. I guess that's the word.
Oh yeah. You have all your different
Yeah.
people being different feds, all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's no continuity there
Exactly. There's like unless you have the
unless you have some douchebags.
it's unless you have someone that absolutely fucks with the wrong person. So for those of you that aren't too like in deep with the powerlifting community, there is a guy on that honestly is probably one of the best 220ers to ever walk this planet and 198er. His name was Jordan Wong.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of like head to heads with like Joe Sullivan online and he broke multiple world records, probably one of the greatest powerlifters to ever walk this planet, like I said. And yeah, he was lately he's been kind of trying to get back into it, you know what I mean? Like some things happened in life. I don't really know exactly what that is. Injuries came and gone, but he was actually at a meet doing the memorial. It was in memorial for a member that passed away at their gym, and so they're rooting on a meet. And Jordan was competing there, and as he was competing, he went to go pull a deadlift and tore his hamstring, and Jaffe ended up carrying him off the platform. Didn't think anything of it. However, there was one. I want to say kid. Is he?
He's a little bit younger.
Yeah, who's of the younger generation of lifters, but he decided to make a video. And later he actually talked about how it was his editing team. He had nothing to do with that. And his editing team was just like, oh, we're just going to put this out, blah, blah, blah. But basically made it like, oh, here's this guy, he tore his hamstring, enter me into the chat.
Come to save the day.
And then, but like what a lot of people, but like, dude, man.
He's like, all right, so the guy in question, he has a great deadlift, very strong deadlift. But that's it. That's the only thing he really has.
Yeah.
I just see, like I see Tim Tolman.
Yeah.
Finding him about who's benching his squat, dude.
Well, I mean, it's the, they call him the one trick pony, but like also too, from what I heard is that like he on average, he only gets one of his deadlifts, right?
Yeah.
He's failed. He never hits his third attempts. Actually, I think in that exact meet, from what I was told, is that he actually got, that opener and then the other two he didn't.
Yeah.
So
he's just not a very good pilot. He just happens to be good at one lift and
which is a deadlift. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a massive deadlift, but like at the same time, he's ending his bench press at 358.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of power lifters that are just like, here, let me throw that on and do that for sets of 10. But
Yeah.
so the reason why I find this so funny is because it's like, that's what it takes. It takes something like that in order for someone.
That is powerlifting's not enough.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's like,
This is because powerlifting's not enough.
exactly.
It's uniting everybody against a common enemy.
I would be more impressed if actually like some IPF or even like USAPL lifters actually got in on it too.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, dang, we finally reached that level of
Finally,
unity.
all came together.
But the cool thing about it is that the Jordan actually came out with his own video.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
it was like, he would, dude. He's like, I can't say that word anymore. No, can't say that word anymore either. Okay, bitch, we're gonna fucking do this at the showdown. And so far, from what I've heard, is that one, the guy hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
He hasn't. The most that's happened is someone like DM'd him, and that's where I found out that he was, no, dude, it wasn't me. It was my editing team. I literally have nothing against the guy. I don't know what's going on. And like, I'm sorry, but like, maybe I might be wrong. But if you have an editing team at your disposal, I'm pretty sure they run things past you before they post it.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I think of is maybe he has somebody that manages his social media, and so he might be hands off because he does have a pretty good following. He's like 100,000 followers,
Wow.
you know, and so like he's trying to be with influencers and all that fun stuff. So maybe he has somebody just posting.
Yeah.
Where I could see that might be it, and like he just doesn't. He's kind of like hands off a little bit with the social media. That could be the only reason I think like he wouldn't know. But either way, like he still kind of acts like a douchebag with social media. So I think it's like it's also kind of par for the character. So I was like, I started seeing this and I was like, all right, I gotta see what's going on. So I looked in, checked out the dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, yeah, he's kind of just a douche. And he like posts his deadlift.
Well, yeah, that's
None of his other lifts.
yeah. Well,
Fine.
exactly. But I mean, like even then, it's like okay, like judgment or roasting aside. I think he squatted what 600. That was his top
590.
Oh, 590. Yeah, 590 something. And like on a general playing field, that's actually a fairly big squat. You know what I mean, 600 pounds is
That's probably not be ashamed of.
but it's like at the same time, no, it's like if you're gonna try and like get a seat at the table with a lot of the people that don't even touch 600 pounds with warm up when they squat or even when they deadlift, like it's one of those things where it's like, like why poke a bear?
Well, and I don't know, like why would anybody think using somebody's injury as like a prop? Why would you think that's okay?
Yeah, no.
Like,
especially knowing the setting too, that meet wasn't even a regular meet. It was a memorial meet. It was for someone who passed away. That's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's so disrespectful.
There's a lot of questionable decisions, and he's kind of earned all the flack that he's getting.
Yeah.
And now hopefully, the guy matures and kind of stops being a douchebag, but who knows? I feel like it's a lot of this generation just now. This is what is the cool thing to do on social media, kind of be a douchebag. Like, man, I just saw this morning. It's the social media world is so weird. Like, it was this. He's a pretty strong jack dude, and he had like all this like Japanese filters stuff like that. The cute like like Hello Kitty stuff or whatever all over it. He's wearing like this, like basically like a girl's outfit almost.
Yeah.
And then he like does his, which like he does like 315. He comes out one side, comes out, and then benches it. You're like, oh yeah, that's pretty impressive. It's pretty good. But then he gets up and does this like
Cutesy.
kissy dance, and I'm like, you're a grown ass man. Why? But this is what gets like likes and views on social media. And it's so weird. Like, why?
Because it's kawaii. Okay, it's absolutely kawaii.
That is so retarded.
That is a bad word. Can you use that word no more?
I will use it.
Oh, okay. Right, there's no censor. No censoring, Andrew.
It's just like this is one of the problems with social media is like it rewards stupid shit.
And the very obscure.
Yeah.
That's why it's like the strength, because again, it's whatever gets eyeballs on your content. So it's like, and again, it's either whatever's extremely weird or whatever is extremely range taking.
Yeah.
And it just so happens, actually, if anything, that dude, that dude, I think his name is Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dude Tyson actually did what he set out to do. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually gets more followers from this, because there's going to be people that are just like, there are going to be people who are going to be like, oh, dude, man, fuck that. No, I'm going to fall. Here's this guy, dude. This dude,
he's going to
oh, yeah, you don't go down. I'm going to fall. Yeah. And it's like, and in a sense, it's like, I get it, and also too, it's like, if, Jordan plays this out right too, it's like, he's not only going to get a pretty good following, but also too, it's like, or more of a pretty good following.
Yeah.
But he'll actually like push more viewers towards the bar showdown and actually put a lot more eyes onto the onto powerlifting. But it's like, at the same time,
maybe that's part of the whole thing is that when maybe they're in together and they're trying to create controversy so they can get.
I've always thought about that too, is that like, if that's what it is, you know what I mean? Like, whenever there's people beefing, I always think it's like,
is it real or is it just?
Because I saw this video. Do you know who Johnny Bravo or John Bravo is? John Bravo TV. So he's a YouTuber, but he's more of like a documentary and journalist, right? But what he basically does is he collects information on influencers and like basically goes and like interviews people and stuff like that, and then puts together these videos where he just like, dude, he'll just like absolutely just like dismantle, like to find this Wes Watson. John Bravo made all these videos about like what was really happening in the background, and like people think he's super rich. He's not, obviously, blah, blah, blah. And like,
back to jail.
He is.
Yeah.
He's back in prison because he beat the girl that he was with. Super cool. He's a good guy.
Such a great guy.
Good guy, dude.
Yeah. Such a great follow. Should definitely follow him.
Exactly. But the biggest one was because it's like, it's a lot of these dudes in the manosphere, or like the Red Pill Society or whatever. And like, one of them was this guy named King Azuli. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not. Ben Azuli. Well, since I watched John Brown. So like, this guy was an up and comer. He was like basically going to be like kind of like the new like Andrew Tate in the sense, and then like and he was like selling his like he was selling his mentorship and all that stuff, because that's what they do. They're like, you got to sign up for the mentorship if you're trying to get rich, trying to be the alpha, trying to be the most alpha male, man. Yeah. And so he was trying to do that, but then obviously John Bravo was like, fuck this guy. And he basically like dug up this like, he actually like, he dug up this thing where when he was 18, him and his brother and his brother's friend like gang raped this 15-year-old girl at a birthday party that was at his house, right? And it got pushed under the rug. It was hush hush. They didn't see any jail time. And like John Bravo got like all of the evidence together, got the actual like court proceedings and all that stuff, and read it to everyone, and it went uber viral. And like, that dude is like, now, like, I remember there was a video of him showing up to a UFC fight, and like literally all the like UFC fighters that were there to show support knew who he was, and like we're all getting up to ready to like beat the shit out of this dude because they immediately they're like, we know you, we know what you are, like get out, leave, you can't be here, and it's like, yeah, he was like he will like he did the same thing to Larry Wheels. Like Larry Wheels had like a lot of people.
Yeah, all of his stuff with his ex.
Yeah. Well, it come to find out that he's also like like from what, because John Bravo got like all of these OnlyFans receipts from girls that have actually interacted with him, and they were all like very cucky. It's dude. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like it's very entertaining, very entertaining.
I'll go check.
Yeah, dude. But like, but one of his good friends was this other influencer, and he was big back in the time, back not too long ago. But then obviously he kind of somehow he went fucking insane. It's Connor Murphy. I don't know if you know who Connor Murphy is. Again, for those of you, sorry, this is like YouTuber influencer type shit that I was like, well, the only reason why I know who Connor Murphy is because he was like, he was huge in the like bodybuilding scene for a little bit. Said he was natural, and like Derek from One Place More Dates did like a natty or not on them, and was like, there's no way. And come to find out, he wasn't. He was using SARBs and other anabolics and stuff like that. But like, then he went super deep into life maxing and health maxing and stuff like that, and started getting into like the huge like holistic guru type shit. And like when I say that, I'm not talking about like, hey, we drink lion's mane tea around here, and we like to center our chakras. It's more of like, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center myself. I'm going to play with my balls. I'm going to flutter my third eye, and then I'm going to drink my urine so that I can become one with myself. That kind of shit. Crazy. Like he even like filmed himself like drinking his own piss and shit. Like it was, dude, it was revolting. I watched it, but it was revolting. I watched it, but it was revolting. And but like, so the point I'm making, because to circle back to what we were talking about, is before Connor Murphy passed away, he was actually like talking to John Bravo, because John Bravo was really good friends with him, and he was just like trying to make sure. And like Connor was like like sending a text messages to be like, hey man, I know you're making a thing about this, and I actually knew that person, but if you want, so we can get more clicks and more stuff, you can like kind of allude to making it seem like I had anything to do with this murder or whatever. And John Bravo was like, what the fuck? No, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck? And so it's like, so the point that I'm trying to make is that it definitely happened. Like, I bet you anything there are some people who are just like I wouldn't be surprised if like that Dean the Great guy. Do you remember who he is? He was that boxer that got slapped by Larry Wheels and then fucking right.
All that stuff seems to stage.
It does, and I wouldn't be surprised if like prior to all this stuff he had like gotten together with Larry, and I'm gonna be super disrespectful to your wife and make it seem like a blah blah blah, and then you fucking just cock back and hit me, and then blah blah blah, and then got together with that other dude and was like, I'm gonna see him like a fucking asshole, just fucking. It's okay. Just spear back. Give me a fucking elbow. Hit me. It's all good. We're doing this for clicks. Yeah. And it's like, obviously, because people want.
Well, that's like Jake Paul's entire fucking, the Paul brothers, their entire fucking empire is built on like fake outrage and shit.
Yeah.
And none of the stuff they did was real. They just fucking, it's all staged and bullshit.
Yeah. It was, I mean.
It's all just manufactured to, because like, there's a couple ways of getting big and rich and famous. Is one being like nice guy hero, and the other one is being the villain. Yeah, who want to see you fall, and they've made a fucking killing doing that.
Oh, dude, yeah. Because I remember seeing Logan Paul's Vines. Do you remember Vine?
Yeah,
Vine. I don't know Vine. Vine was awesome, but like, I remember seeing his Vines and being like, dude, this kid seems cool.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody says. Like everybody knows them. They're like, no, they're good people and everything. It's all just a show, And it wouldn't surprise me because, like, I mean, they grew up in front of a camera.
Yeah,
so like that's what they do. They know how to make attention. Yeah, that's all it is. It's all just getting attention.
Yeah, and that is also too the poison that is social media.
Yeah, what I mean? It's like. All right, how far are you willing to go for attention? And like some of this stuff is just like, it's so stupid.
It is. It very much is.
But people like it.
Yeah.
Somehow. It's weird.
Well, With that being said, let's get into dieting.
Let's get into real
let's get into the real actual reason of this episode.
Yeah, it actually helps some people.
Yeah, let's make some. So, for those of you that have been following or at least been like hearing me out every so often, and I went through some pretty stupid stuff, and I call it stupid because obviously it was self-induced, but um, I had some issues, and since then I've been I've been dieting and trying to lose weight. I started my weight loss quote unquote journey because we're fit bitches here.
Yeah, we're gonna be slim.
Yeah, we're slims. We're slim thick honeys. But with that being said, I started my diet with Janessa 3 weeks ago. I'm down 11 pounds.
Nice.
I just got done texting her actually 2 seconds before we started this podcast, and she was like, "You're losing weight too fast. We need to up your calories."
Yeah, you like 1 to 2 pounds a week is generally what you're shooting for. But also you're probably going to see a rapid weight loss because like you could be losing, a lot of stuff as inflammation, water, also there's a lot of variables in that. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're losing like fat too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, I get it. Like she was like, let's slow down a little bit.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, like, if you pull up my chronometer, like it's never exactly the exact, calories that she placed.
Mm-hmm.
I might get to like she has me at 90 grams of fat. I might like end the day at like either 90 point something or 91 grams or like,
Yeah.
Whereas one day where, I was able to hit all of my carbs and all of my fats, but in order for me to hit all of my fats, because I usually eat salmon as my last meal.
Yeah, in order to hit your protein, you'd add any more fat.
Yeah. Well, no, in order for me to hit my fat, I needed this certain amount of salmon, but my protein was already like pretty high. So I ended up, instead of eating 260 grams of protein, I ended up eating 270. So it was like,
yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. So like, what I tell people with as far as all that, like, one, you gotta remember calories is accumulative. So one day being high isn't necessarily bad. You can pick that up the next day, bump it down a little bit. So you look at it through the week. That's kind of like, all right, what am I on a daily basis targeting? And that should give me what I want to be. Then times by 7, and that's your total for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you're around that, you'll be fine. And then the only thing you can't like kind of cumulatively make up is protein. So make sure you hit your protein intake every day.
Mm-hmm.
And going over it isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I try to make sure that I hit at least 100 and like 99 to 100% of my carbs and fats. But if I go over on my protein, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna kind of like show you guys what I've been doing that has been like kind of helping me a lot with how I've been like meal prepping to all the stuff that's been helping me stay consistent. So, whenever people talk about meal prepping, right? They always go with the whole like, okay, so and like you'll see it on Instagram too a lot. Was that like you'll see people like put all their Tupperware out and they'll put all of it in so they have meals all ready to go.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't have that many Tupperware. And I tried buying like the bigger Tupperware, like disposable, because I don't know about you, but like you can go to like Costco Business Center and get the goddamn fucking liquid death. You can go to Costco Business Center and get the plastic whatever.
Yeah.
My only issue with that is
so small.
No.
No.
Is I feel bad about using those because I feel like I'm adding to the plastic problem.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You get done eating and what do? You throw it away, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
Well, that turtle's gonna fucking eat that. Now it's gonna fucking know. Now Godzilla's here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and also, you know about like when you heat up food in plastic, in the stored plastic, you're consuming plastic.
yeah, and I heard, and according to Joe Rogan, if you consume plastic, your gooch shrinks.
It ends up in your balls.
Yeah.
Now your gooch doesn't shrink.
Oh.
So that's actually from this lady. I can't remember her name, but she did a whole study and she like measured guys' taints, and she was at like over like since like 1970s. She's been measuring taints
Since the 70s?
Yeah,
Man, that's over. Oh,
and so what she found was a correlation of a smaller teen size to infertility.
damn.
So the smaller your taint is, I think if it's under 3 inches, then you're more likely to be infertile. But she did it's a whole reproductive study she did. She's also been keeping track of testosterone levels, sperm count, all this stuff. And like,
Dude, watch me add food to find my way in my bathroom.
they're just like taking it.
Yeah, measuring my fucking.
Hey, I need some help.
Dude,
Can you measure my taint?
yeah, knowing like how most guys do it, they have to be like, well,
You just bent over, spread legs, you spread your cheeks.
but you're like, okay, well, where does the gooch start? Where does it technically
is it
end?
from the butthole, like from the far end of the butthole, or the close end of the butthole?
Is it from the ass crack to the tip of the balls, or is it to where the balls meet? This is the truth. This is what we need to know. You know, so it's like
Just in the mirror, like got a tape measure out.
it's the truth. And for those of you listening, understand this is how dudes also measure dick size. So if you
Oh yeah, is it from the balls or from the dates?
yeah, and so a lot of secure dudes and their dick size would be like, yeah, just measure from the base, whatever. But then there are dudes that are just like, yeah, look 6 inches from the ball sack. But that's so outrageous. I can't imagine trying to measure my own taint.
Right. Yeah, the lady, like, there's an actually really interesting study she did, because like basically, and her hypothesis is there's a couple different chemicals that we're consuming that are causing a lot of those issues. So like male sperm count has decreased by 50% since the 70s, which might be part of the big problem with the testosterone levels, everything. So, but yeah, microplastics are part of the issues she talks about in this. It's folates, I think. Is the other big one that she talks about, being one of the issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I guess I can't remember the name of the doctor, but
Yeah.
she was on Joe Rogan. She has a book out and everything. Super interesting stuff. But hey, taint size actually potentially matters.
Well, I guess I'll have to measure that now. So, so with that being said, what I do is I basically use a combination of glass and ceramic Tupperware. Right?
Yeah, I've been using glass for a long time.
And but what I've been doing as a way to kind of like meal prep, and because it gets hard, is
Yeah.
So yeah, it does. And this is something you guys should take. I took this from Joe Sullivan and Brianna Terry, and that is, I'll make my food in bulk, whether it's like I'll take two different meats out. So it's either ground turkey or ground beef. Sometimes if I'm lucky, I can get ground chicken too in there, but I cook all of it. And then I take that and I put them, obviously I let them cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I take them and I put them in gallon-sized Ziploc bags, right? And then I'll make a fuck ton of rice in bulk, right? Let that cool down and then put that as well into a gallon, not all in the 1 gallon, obviously, but like in separate gallon-sized bag.
Yeah.
right? And then
You just portion out it.
literally, and it becomes it's super easy this way. I mean, when it comes to like breakfast, I do overnight oats. I can't tell you how easy overnight oats are. It's a fucking cup of oatmeal, throw a cup of water or a cup and a little bit more of water, and then protein powder, Splenda, and then you just throw it, chuck it, shake it, chuck it in the fucking in the fridge, and you just yeah.
Yeah. You definitely, I think that's one thing that's helped me be successful with eating for so long is keeping it simple. Stuff like that, like just cook a big bulk of a protein and then some rice or potatoes and like, I don't know, trying to overcomplicate and make different recipes. Like it makes it tough to do it week in and week out.
Yeah. Then like I totally get it. It's like if you're one of those people that's like, I can't just eat the same thing over and over and over again. And for you, I have two sets of advice. Either A, you can either change out your protein and carbs, and that helps. Like, so it's like swap out white rice with potatoes. What I like to do as a way to kind of like maintain my fiber as well is I'll do white rice and black beans, right? And like that's awesome.
Easy. Yeah.
Or change out your protein if you're doing turkey a lot, switch it out for lean ground beef. If you're doing lean ground beef for a while, switch it out for ground chicken or chicken breast, or even hell, if you can work it into your fat intake, do chicken thigh. Chicken thigh works too. Something that I like to really use is chicken tenderloins, which is what you would make to make chicken tenders. If you cook those right, they shred so easily. And shredded chicken is so, one, juicy, and then two, it goes down so easy.
Yeah.
What were you say?
I was gonna say the other thing you could do is change out the sauces.
Yeah.
Like do salsa one week, and so it's because like at the end of the day, you're still using like for your proteins. There's only so many options. So no matter what different recipes, so you're still using a base of a similar protein.
Yeah.
Same with carbs. There's always so many options you can do. There's a lot of different ways you can make it, but at the end of the day, it's the same stuff, same basic ingredients. So like what I do is I just like, all right, for a while I'm having salsa because I feel like having salsa with it, it's a little different taste. And then maybe I'll do barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll do it in the Asian style. I like some different Asian sauces.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, that's enough variation for me.
No, I agree. Yeah. I mean, honestly, well, it's like also too, it's that like, I mean, the issue that I was running into that was keeping me at my heaviest was two things. One, mentally, I felt like if I lost too much weight, I was going to have to say goodbye to my numbers. And right now, though it is kind of true, honestly, not. Because now my leverages are starting to kind of, go back to, I can actually deadlift better again. Because beforehand, when I was like in my 280s, man, I was like trying to get down to the bar to try and.
Yeah, you were having issues getting down the bar.
Oh my God, dude. My blood pressure would shoot the moment I would try and like deadlift off the floor. And I mean, yeah, squats probably gonna go down. Well, whatever. That's okay.
Bench, my squats anyways.
Bench is suffering. Whatever. It's all good. It's all temporary. Everything is temporary, right? And it's like, here's the thing. And this is something of a piece of advice that John Meadows actually always pushed. Rest in peace, John Meadows. He always talked about the 90-10 rule, right? And it's like, so long as your diet is good 90% of the time, there's that 10% where you can actually like have a little bit of wiggle room. And now, mind you, this is to the people that are like, man, I've been dieting for a while. I feel like I'm going crazy. It's okay to have the steak. It's okay to have, you can't hurt yourself. You can't beat yourself up if we're having a burger. When it becomes a problem is that you go, I'm fucking, which is what I would do I'm very stressed out or this, none of this shit is fucking working. I'm so fucking, I just can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then I would go and be like, fuck it, I'm just going to go get a burger. Fuck it. I'm just doing, and then like, and then it would be like, well, it's a Saturday, dude. Everyone else is hanging out. I don't even have to fucking eat this.
I don't want to eat this chicken and rice.
It's Saturday night. We're playing D&D, dude. We're gonna be up late tonight, so why not get a burrito? You know what I mean? No, like those voices they will they will win if you allow them to, one, but also two, they get louder, especially as you're getting those voices get louder as you're getting uh away from seeing you, like the how do I explain, those voices get louder the farther into the dark you get, but so long as you keep things that keep you on the path, like take for instance for me what it has been is um one, I've been moving really well and all that stuff, but it's like I'm noticing changes in the mirror, you know what I mean, like, and little things like take for instance, I have an SBD belt that I used to use a lot.
Mhm.
I don't use it anymore because I don't fit it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a couple things with that to understand. There's kind of like, I like to approach a lot of stuff is understanding why your body and your mind acts the way it does.
Yeah.
So, we talk about like being able to be disciplined and stay on track with everything. So there's actually a part of your brain that is the center for this. And, I can't remember what it's called, but like basically it's like your will to live.
Yeah.
So there's a part that like it's like your discipline, your ability to stay on track. So every night it gets reset.
Yeah.
So in the morning, that's why in the morning it's really easy to like get up, have the breakfast you're supposed to have, do the things you need to do, like because it's at its highest peak in the morning. Like you're not tempted by anything in the morning,
Yeah.
right? There's no noises in your head. You're able to just go and do the stuff you need to do.
Yeah.
It starts to deplete as you use it more and more and more throughout the day. So that's why at night is the hardest for most people, because at night, that's when that voice gets the loudest.
Yeah.
And that's because that part of your brain is drained.
Yeah.
So understanding that, so that's part of it, like understanding like it's actually part of your brain, and you can also train it. So the more hard stuff you do,
Yeah.
the more things you go through, the more times you stay on track, the stronger it gets and easier it is to keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that, and much like anything else, your discipline and consistency is also a quote unquote muscle to train.
Yeah.
If you train it, it just
Yes.
gets stronger.
Yes. And just understand that at the end of the day, it's going to be the loudest,
Oh yeah.
because it's just like that part of your brain is tired.
Yes.
So that's a big thing to understand, because that's when everybody falters. Everybody falters in late. At the end of the day, you're like, oh man, ice cream sounds really good right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a big component to understand of like, hey, like this is just the noise, because what you're doing is going against your body's nature
Yeah.
and trying to lose fat. That's going against, because fat is your body's safeguard,
Mhm.
So you're going against what your body wants to do, which is survive.
Yeah.
So when you're in a deficit, your body doesn't like that. So your body's fighting that. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm hungry. I don't like this. Are we gonna have food? So it's trying to send mechanisms to get you to eat to survive.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't understand what you're trying to achieve. Like your body doesn't understand that. All it knows is
I'm hungry.
I need to survive. What if there's no food available
Yeah.
in the foreseeable future? Because like that's one of the things that like is tough about modern age is like we have the ability to get food at any time. Like it's right around the corner. We get abundance of food. And food's not really an issue for the majority of people in this world.
Yeah. But your body doesn't know that.
But your body doesn't know that. The body is still in in fucking beginning times when food was scarce
Yeah.
and it was feast and famine. So your body has built these mechanisms to motivate you to go and get food, to survive, to all this stuff. So you got to kind of fight these mechanisms your body has created to keep you alive.
Yes. I think also too, the biggest issue you can run into, especially if you have a significant other,
Oh yeah.
is because this is what I was running into, and not going with my wife. There's no reason for her to even be on a diet. She's
Yeah, she's good.
she's on it. Yeah, she's fit and 130 pounds soaking wet. Like she's fine.
Yeah.
But like she is a snacker. My wife is a snacker. So when I'm like, all right, well, I'm trying to stay on she's just like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm like, okay, well, there's food in the fridge if you want to get it. And she was like, well, it's okay. I door dashed a bunch of, so her thing right now is door dashing, cup of noodles. Yeah. So she has like a full 6-pack of cup of noodles at the house right now. It's all chicken flavor cup of noodles. And then,
God.
but also too, it's like, obviously you have girl breakfast, girl dinner, girl lunch, whatever. And like her girl breakfast one day, it was like, those like Brookshire, like chocolate covered blueberries or chocolate covered whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her, I was like, so she was like, oh man, I'm starving. I was like, what did you have today? And she was like, I ate this morning. I ate some of the blueberries. I was like,
you mean chocolate?
Yeah.
Blueberries?
Jessa, do you mean the chocolate covered blueberries? She's like, well, yeah. I'm like, what do you, right? And
yeah.
So it can get really hard because again, it's like, I'll come home and they're like Muddy Buddies and those Berkshire chocolates or whatever. Or like lately she's been getting those chamoy fucking gummy rings and I want to eat them. I want to massacre them. But I'll sit there with my turkey, white rice, and black beans and just,
I love this,
right? But it's also too, it's one of those things where it's like, you get to a point where you just get tired of it. Like that's the point also too. There hits a point, and to me, it was when this whole kidney thing and all this stuff started happening with my blood work. That was the point of like, I'm fucking tired of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm tired of like, just because of me being heavy, I'm walking around, I'm getting tired. You know what I mean? Like
everything's a challenge.
Everything's a challenge. Dude,
bullshit.
It is. And it's just, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I feel good in the gym. Well, the gym is about 2 hours of my day. The rest of the time, I'm like, whatever, you know what I mean? So
I just want to lay down.
Yeah, I just want to lay down. I don't want to do anything and all that other shit. And it's like, there was a time where I was just like, dude, I'm sick of always being like, well, like people being like, because I mean, obviously I work in a nursing home, but a lot of people that don't understand what powerlifting is. So they're going to look at me and be like, I thought you lifted weights. I'm like, I do. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Or like people, I'm like, they'll ask me, they're like, how much do you weigh? I'm like, well, like 287. They're like, that's not good. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
All right. But I've gotten to this point where I'm also like, okay, like, and again,
you need to do something.
I need to do something because it's like, I hate to say it because comparison is thief of joy, as people say it. It's like the biggest one was Colton Nagelboy.
Yeah.
Colton is 265 pounds, totaling 2,700 pounds.
Now, I'm not still jacked.
And while also still jacked. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I can do what he does. Yeah. That I am like him. But at the same time, my also thought process is that, hey man, don't you think that maybe you might actually like be able to withstand the training a little bit better and be able to recover better, as well as be able to withstand the drug effects that you obviously put yourself through whenever you go into compete if you were leaner.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, dude, yeah, fuck this. I'm glad I have been, because it's like, I started this at 292. I'm 281. My goal is to be at least 275 to 273 by the end of August.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I'm like, I've gotten to the point where now I'm like, I'm also setting myself up with little tiny challenges. And that's what helps me a lot too. And that is, two things. One, averaging 15,000 steps a day minimum.
Yeah.
That is one of the challenges that I've put myself on. I have a step counter, as well as I have the fitness app that I'll click and do an outdoor walk and like clock it, you know?
Yeah.
And then the second thing is, and this is again, because there are things that people do in order to keep themselves consistent. One of them, which is a weird thing that I do, is I very much enjoy watching bodybuilders eat. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Like if I see like Kyle Curve or like Ian Vier or even Chris Bumstead, they will like post full days of eating, and I'll just watch them do their diet and stuff like that. And so I think it was Ian Vier who was talking about how most Mr. Olympia diets are about 16 to 20 weeks long, right? So they'll diet like crazy for 16, 20 weeks.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, hey man,
Yeah.
120 days. Let's not break.
Yeah.
We're not going to break. 120 days. We are not going to break.
Yeah. I know.
And so I'm doing it. I'm like last night, I had Dungeons and Dragons, right? Usually during Dungeons and Dragons, I'm like, you know what, dude? Also, too, I'm not drinking. That's a big thing. You want to pull
Your
back
calories, yeah.
dude, you want to pull back not just your inflammation, you want to get your numbers better. Dude, you want to see almost, I'm not going to say immediate, but you want to see some pretty quick results. Cut out drinking.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Alcohol. It messes with a lot.
Dude. Oh man, it was bad.
And Andrew Huberman did a whole podcast on the like 3 hours on the effects of alcohol.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I totally recommend anybody if you're questioning, like, you know, if you want to do better and you still drink, listen to that. And,
yeah. Cause like, and I get it. Like, I'm gonna level with you all that are listening. Okay. I fucking get it. I can tell you right now, to me, there is no better feel. Well, no, there's some better feelings, but
it's up there.
It's an up there feeling. That feeling you get of tasting a nice crisp beer on a hot day,
Yeah.
or fucking you crack a cold one with your good friends, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, but then you realize you can get that same effect by either drinking a liquid death,
yeah,
on a hot summer day, or if you're hanging out with your bros, you don't need to crack a beer. You can crack a sugar-free root beer and then kill yourself. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's it.
But you don't.
Your turn.
You don't need it. Like, and I get it, because I know that feeling, and I'm addicted to that feeling. That feeling of just being able to, like, especially after like a very stressful week of work. I work with the elderly. If they're not demented, I work with the homeless, because my facility decides to bring homeless people that are extremely crazy and all this other stuff. So by the time Friday hits, I'm like, dude, I need a food. I'm done with this. I need a drink.
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't need it.
Well, that kind of gets into the whole emotional side of why we do a lot of stuff. And like, I know you've talked about it.
Yeah.
That you're an emotional eater. And something that like a lot of, like, I think that we struggle with and need to understand is how much emotion comes with eating. Because like, you think about it, some of our core memories are eating.
Yeah.
Around eating, around food. Like a lot of the big events, everything's always around food, drink, stuff like that. Like everything, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And so the food is involved.
Yes.
So there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of feelings involved with food. And like some foods will bring back feelings, you know, from the past. You know, you always have that food that like, oh yeah, I remember, you know, this is what we'd have at Christmas with grandma, you know, stuff like that. Like there's all sorts of these emotions around it.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're searching for. Like you say you're an emotional eater, you're searching for that feeling of like that moment was happy. I want some of that when I eat this food. Yeah, we're trying to connect to that. So we're trying to fill the void that you have right now with food because it brought you joy at one point.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I think that's a struggle that a lot of people have, like and the same thing with alcohol. Alcohol has been involved in a lot of, you know, our memories and stuff, you know. So when you try to take that out and you try to stick to a diet and not do all this stuff, you get emotionally, you get to that point of like, oh man, like I'm sad, or like I feel like I need this. You know, you gotta understand like that food that's going to comfort you. That's not really that food. It's the memory that
Yeah,
you have.
exactly. And it's also too, if you're into the, I mean, I hate to say it, but I am too. It's, I mean, if life in your head, life sucks as bad as you think it does, you look for things to escape,
Mhm.
even if it's for a second. Like that feeling you get of the moment you hit a sip of a nice beer or a fucking
Mhm.
nice whiskey. And it's like for that second, right? You're not thinking about all the bullshit that's happening in your life. You're thinking about, oh, that is so good. I need it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, for a second, I'm not thinking about whatever debt or whatever thing. I'm thinking about the cheesecake I'm fucking eating right now.
Yeah.
And life is okay for that small, minute moment. But what instead of that, which is something I'm learning, is that instead of looking towards that, you look towards things that will push you to the present, and you look for things that are going to make you feel grateful to even be alive to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. So reframing your mind. I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Reframe your thoughts and your mind into, all right, like, one, things are never as bad as they seem.
No.
You know, it may not be the best moment for you, but one, you'll get through it.
Yeah.
And then two, if you do the things that you're supposed to do in the long run,
Yeah.
you'll feel a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I did the thing I said I was better than it.
Yeah. And
Man,
yeah, you might be, it's like you might be broke right now and shit might suck. But then think about it later, 30, 60, or 90 days later, you'll be broke and jacked
yeah.
and look good, but still broke, but look good
Yeah.
while doing it. And that's
Feels better. That feels better.
But like, it's the truth. You do have to reframe it. And like, trust me, it's like, it's hard. It's really, really hard to reframe that part. And like, for me, I was noticing that like, I was like, okay. And also I knew about this earlier is that like, I was having some issues where there are times where a lot of people are like, oh man, when I diet, I only crave sweet things. I crave sweet things. Or
Yeah.
whenever I'm dieting, I crave very savory things. Man, I was going through the week swinging on both ends. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like at one moment, I'll be like, damn, cheesecake sounds so fucking good right now. Then on the other minute, I'm like, I just got done with a workout. I want to make myself a steak.
Yeah.
Like a big ribeye, dude. So, where does that come from? I'm starting to doing a little bit of doing a little bit of a search and just some research, and I came to see that like those cravings, though they are habituated in the sense that what you give them is what it's going to crave. So if you are normally like, I usually just at this point I go to McDonald's and get myself like a kid's meal or something, just to something, you know what I mean? Your body's going to be like, well, that's what we're used to, so let's go get it. You know what I mean? But there's also different signals that your body is telling you whenever you're having like issues with, oh, well, I'm really craving like a steak or something savory. And that is, your body is telling you, oh, you have a low balance of certain minerals, sodium, electrolytes, or even your fats are low.
Yeah.
I've heard of that too, where if your fats are too low, you'll actually like really be like, oh man, a fucking juicy ribeye steak sounds so good right now. And there's a lot of people end up too, they'll just cut out a fuck ton of shit and make their calories super, super low. And then it just throws their body into a whole fucking horrible thing. But if you're like, oh, I'm craving something sweet, that's your body saying you have low your blood sugar is slightly lower than it needs.
We think of sweet things like candy, cakes, or that,
Yeah.
because that's what we normally eat. But like, the swing things, if you only eat fruit and stuff like that, that would be what you crave.
Yeah.
Because again, your body, again, like I said, your body knows what you put in it.
Yeah.
So it's going to crave those things that you put in it. So that's why it went. And I noticed this when I did 75 hard a few times.
Hard. 75 hard.
Hard. Like, because I didn't consume any of that stuff, and like I only eat like fruit and it's and good things, I didn't crave any of that other stuff. You know, so like you can reset what your body craves, what your body desires.
Yeah.
You just got to get through a little bit of a rough time.
Yeah.
You know,
For those of you that here that are cultured that watch Supernatural. Did you ever watch Supernatural?
no.
Okay. Yeah, you're not gay. So there's an episode, in one of the seasons, right? So the show itself centers around two brothers, they're demon hunters, blah, blah, blah. Okay, or they're monster hunters. All right. Well, in one of the episodes, Sam, one of the main characters, ends up becoming addicted to drinking demon's blood in order to use his psychic abilities. Anyway, but once they separate him from that, they put him in this giant panic or whatever, he has to like basically like detox himself away from it and stuff like that. In a sense, you're kind of doing the same thing. When you start dieting and stuff like that, you're like kind of detoxing yourself away from all the poisons that were all the fucking processed and lead bullshit they were eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, trust me, I get it. It's sexy. You ever seen an all dressed, beautiful California burrito? It's gorgeous. It seduces me. It sits there. It's high heels. It goes, hey. And you look at your fucking plain turkey, white rice, and you're just like,
yeah. And burritos dance all sexy. Dude starts to take off its bra.
yeah. She's like, I do things that thing doesn't. And you're like,
I know you do.
oh, you're crazy. You're fucking crazy.
We've been down this road before. It doesn't end well. It's toxic, you know. And we just end up fighting, and then somebody gets hurt,
And then someone else is gonna come up to me and be like, "Hey, I've had that California burrito before." Yeah, like, what the fuck does that mean?
You know.
But at the end of the day, good stuff that we eat will help us maintain good blood work, maintain good healthy markers. Because trust me, like, especially for those bros out there that are using the old sauce, dude. Those are you motherfuckers that are enhanced. Remember what I think there's a Dr. Todd Lee that I watch on Instagram, and he always talks about it too. A lot of other bodybuilding coaches talk about it. The bodybuilding coaches, fuck me. They always talk about the same thing. They say that like in any normal body, they can deal with the like a cheat meal or whatever. But the moment you started introducing any type of anabolic, hell, even testosterone for TRT reasons, the food that you eat immediately does like more damage than you think it's doing. And that was something I didn't think about. Is that like, well, I'm healthy, I think. I may not eat as clean, but I eat, fairly clean, and I take all the supplements. I'm doing all this stuff. What's happening? But then I'm realizing it's like, no, you're not. You're not taking this as seriously as you're supposed to. And for those of you that don't take anything, still take it seriously. But it's like, for those that do take stuff, my brothers and sisters in Christ, trust me, it's doing more damage to you than you think it is, because we're utilizing the stuff that we're utilizing. I mean, since this whole thing, I've actually dropped down. I'm very much human right now. I feel human. Yeah, it's fuck right now. It's not fun, but it is what it is. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you though, like the way that I've been working out and the things that I've been doing, because it's one thing to diet, but it's also another thing to, like, in a sense, I hate to say it because I'm a druggie. I know that's the kind of person I am. everything stacks, right? So like in any cycle, it's like, oh, you test, you take this, you take that, and then boom, there's a product. Whereas like for like dieting, it's you could just use dieting and that's gonna work. It's fine. But if you take dieting, add in a little bit of extra movement, then add in weight training, and then add in stress reduction or like stress management.
Yeah.
All those accumulate and then put out an even better result, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, how I've been training lately, how I've been walking a lot lately, that definitely is one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, this works. This is working right now. You know what I mean? So keep pushing, guys. Keep pushing. I know that it sucks. But at the end of the day, you're gonna walk away from it feeling better, moving better. People will like you. People will love you. I don't. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, I also like to put it this way, like, could you imagine where you'd be if you kept the promises you said yourself? You know?
it's true.
So, like, why not start keeping those promises you said yourself?
Yeah.
You know?
That's what Jen says. Jen says that's what you should make a promise yourself and keep it to yourself. You know, like make it happen. I'm like, yeah, I hate myself.
But it's so strong because like it's weird. Like we'll go through hell and back for somebody else to keep a promise. We won't do it for ourselves.
That's true.
And we should be able to. Not that like we shouldn't care about other people, but also we should care about ourselves and take care of ourselves. And,
Very much so.
you know, so it's I think about it a lot too because like you know, there's a lot of things that I won't say regret, but like I wish I would have done and kept that promise. I said I would to myself and do that, but you know, don't always. And we're gonna try to start keep being better.
Doing it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing it now.
Keep those promises. You know.
That's all I got. Do you have anything else? Yeah. No? I have a fucking pet peeve.
Yeah.
I have a fucking, no, that's right. I have a goddamn pet peeve. You ready for my pet peeve?
Let's hear it.
And this is for the people that truly kind of have like, I mean, this is kind of in a sense of something I've talked about where it's like people come up to you and ask you for questions or ask you for advice as a coach. But this is double for the things that happen when you are someone who works in the medical field. Okay. Right? I am a physical therapist assistant. I know how to rehab people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And because I know how to rehab people, I have knowledge on this shit. Because I have knowledge on this shit, people will come up to me and ask me for advice. And again, I'm making the mistake. This is my folly, but making the mistake of being like, yeah, let me help you. Let me show you some stuff and then we'll whatever. And then they will either do one of two things. They will either never say thank you, or they will do what I tell them to do for a little bit, start feeling better, and then just be like, all right, whatever, I'm cool, whatever.
Good deal.
Yeah. And then, or lastly, which is what I dealt with recently with a person that I'm not going to go into, but they'll ask me for advice and go, hey, this hurts. Can you help me? Sure. Let's try this. Let's try and look at this. Let's try and figure this out, blah, blah, blah. And then I walk up to them later. I'm like, how's it feeling? Oh, well, I went to this other person who actually gave me some different stuff. And so I just went with that and it's been feeling better. I'm like, so then why the fuck would you, why would you waste my time if you were just going to go to someone else anyway?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So me and now Jen has like made it her point in her mission to like, if she sees me talking to people, like certain people while I'm supposed to be training, she will automatically like walk up and be like, hey, do you have a minute? And be like, yeah, what's up? She's like, I just need some help with something. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. What do you need help with? Go work out. Oh, okay. Just pull me away from people. We also have like a little bit of a call sign. So like if I'm talking to someone and we're going and then I do this, right?
Yeah.
I fish it in pretty good. Like I'll be like sitting down, I'll be like, yeah. So I mean, it's like, yeah, whatever. You fucking floated away or whatever, She picks up on that, and then she'll come over and be like, "Hey, you got a minute?" And like it works out because at the end of the day, I'm just made. Obviously, it's my
You're a
fault.
people pleaser.
I am a people pleaser. I need to work on this. I'm also not strong enough to be able to look at someone and be like, hey, unless you're paying me, I'm not going to fucking help you.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm like, that's fucking awful, dude. If I have knowledge, I'm going to be able to help someone. Yeah, help makes you feel good when I can actually help people. But then at the end of the day, people know that it feels good.
Yeah.
People know me and they know that I'm willing to
They'll
help
take
them.
advantage.
So I'll take advantage of it. And so my pet peeve to anyone that's listening is if you know someone that has a service that has the ability to help you with something, do one of two things or both. If you're super cool, do both. One, be as appreciative and thankful as possible. Hell, if you can push people towards them to be like, hey, this person really helped me, you gotta pay him, all that stuff. And then lastly, pay the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or do something.
Yeah.
Something.
I give you a hand job all the time.
It's true. It's a little rough. That's whatever.
Sorry, Callus.
It's okay. It's okay. That's what I pay for.
Well, you're a little strong.
No,
yeah, it's true. Really good. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I get you. No, I feel
Yeah.
it. Fucking calluses just cheese grate my dick off completely. But
Use the blood as lube.
that's but it's like the truth of the matter is that it's like, if you're gonna ask someone for something, especially the hardest part is if it's friends or family. Yeah, if you're a friend of the person, you're gonna walk over to them and be like, hey, I just have this issue, and it's like, no, hey, I have this issue. Okay, how can I help? Okay, if you're gonna help me, how much do you charge now? They're like,
Yeah.
no, your family. No. I'm like, all right, fine. Let me get you food. Let me do something. Like, something.
Yeah.
I'll be more willing to help you if you're just like, hey, if you can help me out with my shoulder real quick, I'll fucking buy you a burrito. Like, I can't eat a
Just not
burrito,
right now.
but yeah. Not right now. Well,
By attacking ground beef.
yeah, something. But that's my pet peeve right now, because that's what I've been dealing with. And
Yeah.
with that being said, that's my fault.
Yes and
Yes and no.
no. I got a continuation of grinding gears.
I mean,
What the fuck is up with shitty gym owners? If you saw that picture,
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. For those of you that aren't too familiar with it, we have a gym owner. There's a gym out here in San Diego called Metroflex Miramar. The owner is a guy named Bub Elliott. I don't know him very well. I have a couple friends that do know him.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm sorry. I'll like, he was wearing a shirt that had the German SS.
The Nazi,
Yeah. The Nazi SS. It was through the Stutzstaffel,
Yeah.
Scoffel party, and they are part of the Nazi party, and like in the SS was the American flag
Mhm.
inside of it, and some people took a picture of it. Some people took obviously very big offense to it, and now he's seeing backlash because, hey, you can't wear obviously Nazi
fucking
paraphernalia on, and assume people are going to be like okay with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just like, well, I didn't even know that was even a part of the Nazi party. Everyone assumes, and that was something that he actually said too, was that like, oh, I didn't
Yeah,
assume.
he had this lame excuse.
Yeah.
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, I don't know Bum. He was a friend of Diego's, and Diego spoke highly of him. However, at the same time, I will say that
he also got Diego on travel a lot of times. Is better for us.
that's true. That's true.
So let's be real.
No, let's be real on that. But the reason why I'm kind of like being like, no, is because when I was in school, one of the first symbols I ever saw that was associated with the Nazi party during my time of learning about the World War II,
The bolts.
were
SS
the
bolts.
SS bolts.
Yeah.
It's all right. Like,
It's you have to have been under a rock to not know that
Yeah.
that's associated with. And it was also like I don't know, there's no excuse. There's no excuse around it. No, there isn't. It's clear. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows what's associated with.
oh yeah.
Like claiming ignorance is just
Yeah.
bullshit. What happened is a bunch of people probably came to him canceling their memberships, and he's like, oh, sure, I just about it. They're gonna make an apology.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. He wouldn't apologize because evidently some people confronted him, and he said he knew what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I heard, someone, the
The person took the picture.
yeah, so the propel was like, hey man, that's like, so he didn't deny it.
Yeah.
So,
So it 100% was he was reaping the consequences of making a retarded decision.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to backtrack and like, oh, what did you know? And it's like, I guarantee you, I don't know where he bought the shirt, but I guarantee if I get a website, they probably got other fucking Nazis.
there is.
Yeah. So
I saw the website. The website is called Curb Stop Motherfuckers.
right there.
Right there.
Curb Stop.
That's huge. But like I saw the shirt that he bought. It was also a sweatshirt. I also saw that like they were selling sweatpants with like, again, the Iron Eagle. I think that's what it's called. They do the spread, the Eagle spread and whatever and all that stuff. And it's just, as a, like, even if you were just like, I don't know what this means. Hey, context clues, right? Context clues.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to buy when I was super into like satanic shit because I really liked it. It was super cool. I was like, I'm going to buy this shirt that's a pentagram on it. But then on the same, literally in the column right next to it, it said Hail Satan, right? And then I looked at the website and it was the Satanic Temple, right? And I went,
Yeah.
I have a feeling this has a lot of stuff to do with the devil. Context clues, everybody.
Yeah.
Context clues, right? So it's like at the end of the day, it's like if you're gonna open up the fucking thing, mind you, at the same time you entered a website that's called Curb Stop Motherfuckers. Hey man, common sense ain't so common, brother.
No, it's
That's not. And it's like you can hide under the banner of like feigned ignorance, even under the banner of like freedom of speech, but people also are smart enough to be like, hey, I don't want to be associated with it.
well, that's what, like the whole freedom of speech thing is so dumb. It's like clearly don't understand what it means. Is you have the right to say whatever you want,
Yeah.
and the government can't come after you. That's what it's protecting you from. It's not protecting you from the consequences of your peers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people can be like, I don't want to have a gym membership at your gym because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. And there it is.
That's not protected under the First Amendment. I'm sorry. It's not how it works. The First Amendment is to protect you from the government. That's it.
Exactly.
So the government can't come arrest you for it. They're not going to get arrested for it. But when people stop associating with it, then you lose your business because of it.
Yeah.
That is how people should react.
Exactly. And he's definitely feeling the grunt of it. I mean, man, there are people that are all over that are even asking, they're like, hey, you're in San Diego, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, what's going on with this? I'm like, they get one of my group chats that I'm in is like dudes, all these different competitors all over the nation, and they're just like, dude, what is up with this? And I'm telling them the truth. I'm like, this is what happened. And it's honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll tell you off air, but I'm like, yeah, I saw this fuck going. Saw this going. Dude, you can't be fuck, dude. It's so stupid. But to answer your question, yeah, there's a lot of gym owners. Not like their ideologies, but it's like a lot of gym owners are just doing. It's just like
Should be both.
it's just very weird. And strangely enough, what a lot of people don't know is that like that he if I'm not mistaken, he is related to the girl who owns Compound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Both of them own gyms.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah.
know that. I know that they're related.
Yeah. And like the lady that owns, from what I heard is that they don't talk. They don't associate with each other. But
Not to shit on her. That
yeah.
she does, like, just because they're related. There's
No relation to ideal.
when you say that they're similar people. Yeah.
Yeah. And but she is, I've never met her, but Compound is awesome. Compound is great. They just opened up a new location. So go check out Compound.
Yeah.
But it's like again, it's like I've never met, but it's like it was also too, it's like meeting Gracie and meeting a lot of the like people that run gyms around here. I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, I think everyone has their like little thing, you know what I mean? It's like everyone has, I'm like, their little thing. I was like sitting there on, like, even the lady that runs Jessa's studio over here, she's a little wackadoo as well.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
What is it? Birds of a feather flock together? I don't know. But
Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. If you go to Marietta Metroflex, you might want to rethink your spot in here, or Miramar.
yeah, because the Marietta Metroflex like heavily denounced it. They were like, we have no, they're like, we have nothing. No, like, what the fuck? Like,
so if you're at the Miramar Metroflex, I'd highly think about where you spend your dollars.
Yeah. So that's all we got for you. Take it easy, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. We love you.
Love you guys. Bye.